Hey everybody, what's something in common my Revuelto, Turbo S, and even my Corvette Z06 in Tennessee have in common that the McLaren behind me, the 765LT Spider, does not have? If you're here watching this video, you probably already know why, and that is Apple CarPlay. So the McLaren's got, a basic entertainment system, and it's okay, but CarPlay would be that much better. Now the 750S that just came out has a completely new system, integrates CarPlay, but I don't want the 750S. I really love my 765LT. This thing's a keeper. I've had it almost 2.5 years now, and now I get to add CarPlay using this CarPlay model from KKS Supercar. They offer this for a lot of other manufacturers as well, from Ferrari, McLaren, and some others. So I'll put a link in the description, and there's actually a coupon code before we get to the install. I'm going to show you here. If you want to buy one of these, you'll get $150 off by using the link down in the description. Now, to install this, I'm going to open up the box right here. Let's see what we got. There's this CarPlay module box right here, which is nice, kind of carbon fiber look to it. It's got two little nodules at the top for antennas, and it's got 3 plugs and some wiring harnesses in here. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna remove some panels, and there's the OEM infotainment box in there, and all you're gonna do is intercept a couple plugs. This is a complete plug-and-play solution that integrates into the actual touchscreen of the McLaren. So we're gonna get Waze, we're gonna get Spotify, we're gonna get all the apps built into CarPlay, navigation, Apple Maps, all that cool stuff, integrated to the audio system as well, and it offers wired CarPlay and even wireless CarPlay as well. So my buddy Dane is on his way from Area 51 Motorsports, and because he's a McLaren tech and he knows what he's doing, I'm gonna have him here with me, helping me out, working on the car, so I don't damage him. This is a complete do-it-yourself solution, but I felt a little more comfortable having Dane come help me out the first time. So let's dig into it, install CarPlay in my 765LT Spider. I'm gonna show you how it works, and let's get started. So if you're not familiar with McLaren's infotainment system, we'll go ahead and turn it on real quick so you can kind of get a feel from what we're coming from and what we're going to. We got the key in here. We'll basically just start this up right here. So the built-in McLaren infotainment system is pretty basic. You have your audio button you press here. This brings up Bluetooth audio if you have it connected, and then you can choose your source selection from USB 1, 2 storage, or aux. Your navigation is really, really basic. You press that button right here, and you get your navigation, and then that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest of it's kind of built-in something for your fan speed and your settings, but for infotainment, audio, and all the different choices, Waze, and all that kind of stuff, we're going to integrate the CarPlay, and I believe you hold down one of these buttons to activate it once it's installed. So let's get this car taken apart and install CarPlay. All right, here you go. Dane just arrived, Area 51 Motorsports.
How's it going, guys?
He is going to give me a hand today. I'm pretty technical, but you're a McLaren tech, so I'm going to watch. I'm just going to watch. Okay, so first up, remove this back panel that's right in the middle between the two seats. That just popped off. Now we go to the driver's side and pop off this panel as well. It comes off pretty easily. Onto the left side, we pop off this left panel. You got to pull out the little tweeter that's sitting in the back there. So after you pull that tweeter out, that one pops off as well. Next up, we go to behind the seats. There's this kind of carpet. You just got a bunch of snaps off there. So you unsnap that, pull this out right there, and then put that aside. And then next up, you gotta do a few bolts across this other kind of more sturdy panel. And after you get all these bolts out, you have to disconnect the, this is an antenna for the key system. So when you pop that out, this whole panel will come out of the car pretty easily. All right, so we were able to get back here without removing either of the seats. This is what Dane calls Electrical City. So you can see all this electrical components back in here. He's looks like removing the amplifier that's for the stereo so we can get to the box that handles the multimedia. And then I think we intercept like 3 plugs, and we'll just put the CarPlay unit right on top of there and we should be good to go. So next up, we unplug that white plug from the actual McLaren unit, and then we plug in our harness, and we take the other side of the white plug and plug that back into the McLaren audio unit, and then we do the same thing for the green wire right here. All right, so on the left side of the unit, you can see where we intercepted that plug to plug in the harness of the CarPlay unit. On the other side, we do the video side. All right, so right now we got all the cables connected, and we're just going to Velcro it to the top of the amplifier right there, and we'll leave the USB cable hanging out through there so we could plug in a phone via USB. It does work over wireless and USB. Okay, so we're in our McLaren infotainment system. To enable CarPlay, we hold down the music button right here for a couple seconds. This will launch into CarPlay, and now we're in here, right? So very, very responsive, swiping through the different apps. We got Waze going on right here. We can swipe back. We can go to our Spotify. It's integrated with the sound system, so if we want to play music, just go here. Super fast. Will you stay? Will you run? Will you be? Integrates right into the stereo right there. You can go to the split screen if you want to show your Waze, and then your music over here. You can also have your garage doors there. You got your calendar. You got podcasts. You got Apple Maps if you want to use that right there. And you can kind of scroll around, pretty responsive. And then what else we got? Google Maps if you want to use that. That works fine. We got our 3D mode there. And of course, my favorite is Waze, so you can watch out for police on your route. That works pretty good there. And then you got your Spotify, of course, and if you had Apple Music or Zoom or whatever else you want to do, you can use it. It's also got built-in Siri, so if you press the navigation button right here, it'll go into Siri and you can have it call home.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call home.
So we'll cancel that. We don't really want to come home. There's Apple Music. There's your telephone system right there. You can go right there. And audiobooks and all your normal apps for Waze. For CarPlay will show up here. If you want to go back into the McLaren settings or the CarPlay settings, you can go here, and here's the different choices where you got CarPlay, Bluetooth in your settings. If you click on here, there's some more things you can do in here. You got your volume control, some of the car settings, display settings, brightness, contrast, saturation, different sound levels for the audio system, what language you're using, and then some system information here with regards to what the system is using. To get out of here, just press home, and then you can either exit, go to Bluetooth, or hit on CarPlay, and you're dropped back into the CarPlay interface. Now, if you want to jump back into the McLaren infotainment system, you can just basically hit any button. So if I want to go and adjust the fan or the air conditioning, you can go right there. So we can turn on our AC and so forth. If you want to get back into, or you want to go to the, the main McLaren screen, you can go there. Or you can click on your settings. So these are all the built-in McLaren parts. To go back to the CarPlay, just hold this button down again, and it drops you right back into the CarPlay system to continue. Now, I did notice when you are playing music, it will still play when you drop back into the CarPlay system. So we'll play this, and then if you go back into your different systems for the built-in McLaren parts, the music still plays, which is great. And if you press that once, you can still view what song you're on, just using the built-in system, which is kind of cool. Again, go back to CarPlay, hold this down, and boom, right into CarPlay again. If you want to use wireless CarPlay, you go into the Bluetooth menu here. It says Bluetooth not connected. You see there's a new device called McLaren 694D. Once you connect your phone to that new Bluetooth, they'll say CarPlay is linked, Bluetooth is disabled. Now if we go here and we go to CarPlay, now we have wireless CarPlay. As you can see, my phone is not plugged in at all. Put it over here, and everything works. Go back here, and then we can bring up the McLaren's complaining we've been on too long with the battery. Anyways, back into Waze, and everything kind of works just like it did with the wired. So there you go, wireless or wired, works really good. All right, so we're all buttoned up. The finish is installed. It works amazing. Dane, pretty easy install, right? I mean, yes, about what, an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
But if you're not that handy, I suggest you get a technician. Dane, Area 51 Motorsports. I'll put a link down in the description. If you're in the South Florida or any Florida area.
Anywhere in the lower East Coast.
They do engine builds, modifications, maintenance, McLarens. What else?
McLarens, Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, you name it. Take a look at our website, our Instagram, everyth's there. It's pretty open and forward.
There you go. He does maintenance on a lot of my cars too, so thanks for the install, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, so that's a wrap of installing the KKS Supercar CarPlay. This also is Android as well if you want to do either, so CarPlay or Android in my McLaren 765LT. Special thanks to Dane for helping me out. Took about 90 minutes to install. and it's not that hard. Just remove some panels, plug in about 3 or 4 things, and you are good to go. You can get a drag times discount, save $150 following the link down in the description. And they make these for Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, Maserati, Aston Martin, and some Bentley models as well. So as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, post the video channel, and CarPlay in my McLaren is just awesome. Thanks for watching.